What's up, you guys? It's Chris and I'm back with another video. This video, I'm kind of doing something a little different. When I had my cryptocurrency group, which I haven't spoken about cryptocurrency yet on this channel, I'll get to that. But when I had my cryptocurrency group, every morning I used to just kind of have like a motivational powwow where had a live video and I would just kind of just talk to people about what was going on. One, a little bit with the markets, a little bit what's going on with myself, and just, with business, investing, and all of that stuff in general. So I think I might try that here. Mainly because I woke up, yesterday I didn't make any videos at all. And that was because I was just so tired. I started posting videos consistently just a week ago on this channel about finances and investing and stuff like that. And I don't know, I worked for 8 days straight, recording and editing, and pretty much all day from 8 a.m. to probably about 7 or 8 p.m. So like 12-hour work days, or let's just say 10-hour work days. A lot of people don't understand, like, if you want to be successful on YouTube, especially now, you have to post consistently. This is kind of always the case. People always, you hear from YouTubers that have 1 million followers, they tell you need to post, consistently at the same time, similar days. Another thing, you need to do is also post daily if possible. Posting daily is a tough job. It's more than a full-time job. But what I wanted to say was is that sometimes you need a break. You have to take your breaks. Just like the video I posted the other day. If you haven't watched it, it's going to be a link up here. About budgeting. You have to invest in yourself. As much as you put into your work, you have to put into yourself. And this is why it's important to do things that you're passionate about, so that when you're working, it doesn't really feel like work. Do I like editing? Actually, editing is not that bad. It's a little peaceful sometimes, and I enjoy the artistic side of it. But today and yesterday, just simply making videos has been rough, and that's usually the easiest thing for me to do. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm tired. I haven't had a lot of sleep, and I don't know. But yesterday I just really felt like I just needed a break. And you really have to invest in yourself. If you invest more into work than you do yourself, you become unbalanced. And when you become unbalanced, you begin to have, we've all heard of writer's block. It's like a creative blockage because you're not centered, because you're not balanced. And that's not going to be something that you can maintain long term. Just work. And that's why a lot of you I'll say a lot of people period are burnt out with their 9 to 5s, and why people are so unhappy with 9 to 5s. It's more work than play, and you shouldn't have more play than work either, because that makes you lazy. You need a nice balance of both. So other thing I wanted to kind of just put out there from this video is that if you have an idea for something, do it. I'll say this, and this is what, me and my wife were talking about this yesterday. I look back, I saw a video that I posted exactly 2 years ago. Now, a lot of you may have seen Graham Stephan. Know who Graham Stephan is. He's a dude, he's probably like, he's in his late 20s. He lives in LA, he's a real estate agent. He has a YouTube video where he just makes financial videos. And his channels are like maybe 2.5 years old. And this dude makes $100,000 a month from just AdSense on YouTube. A lot of that comes from sharing how much he earns. And that there is a psychology that goes into YouTube. There's a psychology that goes into social media, period. The better you look, the more popular you'll be. If you show people what you make, that instantly brings followers. I remember when I was showing what I would earn in my cryptocurrency groups and stuff, it also generated more followers, more and more money. I'll just say that, just more money. But that actually attracts kind of the wrong attention long term. It's not something I would recommend people do long term. But anyway, what I noticed and what we were discussing yesterday, Graham's channel is about 2.5 years old, and I'm like, man, if I'd have just kept at this 2 years ago, where would we be? You know, because right now we're in a situation that we don't really like. We don't really like where we are, and at the time, 2 years ago, I felt like I couldn't do it because at the time we had just moved, we had just got off the island. We were living in Puerto Rico, and we had just got off of the island in a rush. This actually was right before Hurricane Maria. I woke up one morning and something told me to just leave the island now, immediately. So I told my wife, I said, something is telling me we need to leave now. She was like, okay. So we just left in a hurry. And right after that, Hurricane Maria, So I felt like because that move cost so much money. I think at the time I probably had, I think I might have only had like $45,000 in savings. And, when you're paying, 2,000, because we were renting, we had to just move real quick. And, our monthly expenses were probably close to $4,000. I mean, that's like 10 months to live. So, 10, 11 months to live. And so I felt like I couldn't really make the videos because I needed income first. And then I would make videos because what I always wanted to do was be in a place where I could help people. Like, one thing about me I haven't mentioned either is that that 10 years ago, longer than that, 12 or 13 years ago, I was in my early 20s, I became a financial planner. And, charging people to help them with their finances is a weird thing for me. Like, why would I charge you to help you with your finances? Obviously, you don't really have the money, or obviously your money situation is funny. That's why you need me. So for me to charge you is weird. I don't, it just doesn't sit well with me to charge people to help them with money. I think that's, oxymoronic. Now, fast forward a little bit, while I was doing financial planning, I also started doing business consulting. Not intentionally, it's just people who own businesses just would ask me for advice, and I would charge them. Now, the ones who came to me asked for advice initially were usually friends of mine, or just people that were my age and were starting off. They were startups, and startups is a lot of work, it's a lot of money, it's a lot of sacrifice in the beginning, especially if you're bootstrapping and you don't have money. Why would I charge you for that? And I never charge people for that. What I would say is, look, pay me if I help you make money. If I help you make money, then you give me a percentage, But if I don't help you make any money, then you shouldn't owe me any money. And I don't like people who charge people up front for their services like that. Because how even know your advice is going to work for me? I pay you all this money, and then I go do what you say, and I bomb, and the only person that came up was you. I don't like situations like that. I like win-win scenarios, and if we both can't win from it, I don't want to participate in it. So my nose is really itchy right now. I don't know what that is. I could, if the person was already successful, that was one thing, and they just wanted, and they wanted advice on how to scale their business, that's one thing to charge them. But for someone starting off, which was pretty much the case, I didn't feel right about that. So I say all that to say, I always wanted to I wanted to always have some type of platform where I could help people with their business, with their finances, and not charge them, but still somehow get paid. And I don't know, or just have income coming in. I never really put two and two together. I just assumed, 2 years ago, I felt like, well, this is more of something that's, more philanthropic than, for profit. It's more non-profit than for profit. And so I'll get around to that once my passive income is looking good, and I'll do that. And man, look at Graham today. That's my whole point. Look at Graham today. If I had simply just started 2 years ago, not started, but just kept at it. I mean, I had a whole 11 months. And then this dude goes on to say that when he first started, you know, a few months after he started, he was making $200 a day. And I'm like, $200 a day would have been plenty enough to pay for, you know, all of our bills every month. That's $6,000 a month. And like I said, our expenses were about $3,800, even after taxes, because I have so many dependents. Not so many, but we have 3 kids. You know, that'll worked out. Look, if you have an idea or a passion for something, do it. If you have an idea and what's stopping is because you feel like my circumstance is not ideal right now, trust me, in a few years from now, you'll look back and be like, you know what? I could have did it then. I could have and should have did it then, and you'll be kicking yourself. Even right now, our situation is less than ideal than then, way less than ideal than it was then. And I'm like, man, look, we actually lasted for a whole year and a half because, you know, income was doing this because it was all investing. But, you know, I'm like, dang, it actually would have worked out. I should have did it then. And, you know, we'd be really well off now. So my situation is not as ideal as it was then, but I'm doing it anyway. All right, so I just encourage you all out there to, if you have an idea, if you have a passion for something, but the only thing that's stopping you is some type of weird fear or that you feel like your circumstance is not ideal, do it anyway. It is ideal. So that's all I got for right now. I just wanted to this video got a little long. I just wanted to make a little something and just kind of encourage people out there to just do it. You know, just do it. Some days you have days where you need to take a break, and then some days you're going to wake up and you just, you know, tired. Or sometimes it's going to be rough. It's harder for me to make videos a day. I'm tired, but you know, I'm pushing through it anyway. I already know it's going to kick my butt and I'm going to regret it in editing. But yeah, you know, you just got to push through it and do it. So just kind of one of those videos, and I'll see you guys next time.